Convention. I'm Angeli de los Reyes, your 13th Miss Philippines Earth, and it's my privilege and honor to be your host today. Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the Invocation.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, pero sa sigananan, alam ng puso, sa litik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisinig, sa ganagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pagkaw, ay ginatang mula, tawin sa pagkayang inaamahan. Ang matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagkikinig, ang ituwin ang araw niya kailan pa may di magtitigil. Lumalang araw ng buwan ating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling ko. Ang hinigaya ng pagkay mag-aami, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Our Heavenly Father, we praise and thank you for today. Thank you for gathering us in this important event for science, technology, and innovation. May your grace be upon us. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand. May you enlighten our minds so that we may receive your wisdom. Open our spirits so that we may know your leading. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence so that we may be channels of blessings as we bring science and technology to the people. Make us your instruments of positive change and genuine service. All that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the service of humanity and for your glory. May you cause the works of our hands to prosper. We ask this in your name. Amen.
We may now be seated. To formally begin our program, may we call on Science and Technology Secretary Renato Solidum Jr. to deliver his welcome remarks.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., distinguished guests, welcome to the 8th Annual Balik Scientist Program Convention with the theme, Balik Scientist, Kasangga sa Paglinang ng Agham at Teknolohiya para sa Maunlad at Matatag na Kinabukasan. Our Balik Scientists will be sharing with us today their ideas in promoting innovative-driven development and accelerating scientific and technological innovations in the Philippines. I would like to thank our Balik scientists for your never-ending contributions to achieving the socio-economic agenda of the Philippines with the support of our President. You all truly embody the patriotic spirit echoed in our theme, Balik Puso, Balik Pilipinas, Balik Scientist. I hope that after today, we may urge more Filipino scientists to come home and all together make a better Philippines. Magandang umaga muli po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Secretary Solidum. Now, to give us a bird's eye view of the Balik Scientist Program, as well as its latest updates and accomplishments, may we call on Science and Technology Assistant Secretary Lea Buendia.
To His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Secretary Renato U. Solidum, our Balik scientists, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Strengthened science, technology, and innovation capabilities in the Philippines through knowledge transfer is the main objective of the Balik Scientist Program. Today, let me briefly share with you some of the notable accomplishments from 2020 to 2022. Recognizing the importance of utilizing the Filipino expertise in science, technology, and innovation as a vital component of the country's political, economic, and social development, the Balik Scientist Act was passed in June 2018, which is almost after 5 decades since the program's establishment. Since 1975 until today, we had a total of 603 Balik scientists who served in 775 engagements under 130 host institutions across 16 regions. But it was only in 2019, after the law has been enacted, which highly contributed to the increase in number of Balik scientists. Beyond 2019, there had been a decrease in the number of Balik scientists, primarily because of COVID-19, where Philippines was not spared from. But I am proud to say that amidst the pandemic, we had a total of 67 Balik scientist engagements, where there are strong 34 Balik scientists in 2020 and mighty 33 Balik scientists in 2021. In addition, it was also during these 2 years where we had 7 Balik scientists who had been working on the Virology and Vaccine Institute of the Philippines. This year, we already have on board 27 Balik scientists and 25 more applications currently being reviewed. We anticipate that these applications shall be approved by the end of the year. The pandemic did not hinder the program to continuously conduct webinars and orientations. Through this, we gained recognition from several media partners. To mention some, we have CNN, GMA, ABS-CBN, Manila Bulletin, and among others. These were publicized in newspapers, radio, television, and online platforms. Overall, out of the 67 media pickups in 2021, 55 of which amounted to 36 million media value. For this year, we already have a total of 343 media engagements, where more than 100 media pickups amounted to more than 97 million media value. The Balik Scientist Program made sure Filipinos all over the world can easily be informed amidst online. We launched the Balik Scientist Program website in 2020 and the Balik Scientist Program online application last year for ease of application of submissions. The efforts of the program are equaled by the hard work and commitment of our Balik scientists and their respective host institutions. These laboratories are only 2 of the 7 laboratories constructed and inaugurated at the height of the pandemic, where 4 laboratories are located in Visayas and Mindanao. CGNIS Laboratory is committed to develop sustainable, scalable, and economical routes to functional nanostructured materials, while the Nuclear Magnetic Resonance Laboratory is committed to provide support in biomedical identification and drug discovery. As a matter of fact, the NMR is the first in the Visayas region, second in the Philippines, and 4th among the ASEAN countries. Publications and number of trainings conducted has been very significant. Since training and webinars have been conducted online, we reached more than 53,000 people in 2 years. For 2023, the program targeted a total of 101 Balik scientists with plans of 10% increase per annum upon achieving the target. The program likewise continued conducting orientations and webinars both online and on-site. The program has also started crafting guidelines in consultation with the DOST Legal Department and the National Academy of Science and Technology in providing the Balik Scientist Program Research and Development Grant, which shall hasten the Balik Scientist proposal submissions and evaluations, and the Balik Scientist Achievement Award, which shall provide recognition to Balik scientists with outstanding contribution in the areas of science, technology, innovation. It should be noted that this award is not an outright award, but rather subject to thorough evaluation by the National Academy of Science and Technology. As my presentation comes to an end, we remember with deep appreciation the President's support in reaching out to the Filipinos abroad. Thank you for encouraging more Filipino scientists to be back and serve the country through the Balik Scientist Program. With your continued support to BSP, we are confident of exceeding these targets and accomplishments in order to establish a better Philippines through an improved system in science, technology, and innovation, and contribute to the economic agenda of the administration. Sama-sama tayong magbalik puso, balik Pilipinas, balik scientist. One dose for you. Thank you, and good morning, everyone.
Thank you, Assistant Secretary Buendia. At this juncture, may we invite once again Secretary of Science and Technology Renato Solidum Jr. to introduce our keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much to our Secretary of Science and Technology, Dr. Renato Solidum, our host for today's activities, Pasay City Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano. We thank the DOST Undersecretary Sancho Maborang for his attendance here today. DOST Assistant Secretary Lea Buendia for her briefing on the achievements of the Balik Scientist Program. Our renowned Balik scientists and all the distinguished guests who are here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I congratulate the Department of Science and Technology for being able to hold the 8th Annual Balik Scientist Program Convention. This continuous effort, which began in 1975, in creating opportunities for emerging Filipino scientists, anchored in the enhanced use of science, technology, and innovation, is truly noteworthy. But I think, more than anything else, allow me to extend my heartfelt gratitude, and from not only from myself, but from the entire country, to our scientists for your service to the nation. Your contributions to the development of science and technology in the country have been truly remarkable. It is very heartwarming to see that you have chosen to return to the Philippines to use your expertise to help improve the lives of Filipino people. And I know that this decision, in many cases, has meant a potential loss of opportunities. Let the gratitude and support of your government and our people suffice to compensate for your dedication, service, and sacrifice for our motherland. I welcome this year's convention that highlights our Balik scientists' activities, accomplishments, and research contributions in the fields of agriculture, fisheries, natural resources, health, industry, energy, and other emerging technologies. As the USEC Buendia was giving her briefing, I turned to Dr. Solidum and I commented that I was impressed by the number of patents that have emerged. This is generally the guide that we use. This is generally the measure that we use when we are talking especially of primary research. That is now part of the most important part of much of our research that we are doing, because of so many new developments, so many new challenges that we are facing, for which we look to science for a solution and for an answer. As we all know, the world we live in has become more and more dependent on technology. We live more and more of our lives in the digital world. We have been confronted by a pandemic that, again, look to science for solutions, for vaccines, for protocols, for strategies, for technologies that would help us out of that particular problem. We now, because of the pandemic, have learned that it is science that will provide for us the answers to the future. And the accompanying problem of that is the discernment between what is science and what is rumor. That is a problem that we are all facing, ourselves in public lives. You, of course, in the science community, have a great deal to deal with in those terms. But nonetheless, I think we have come to learn better and better. We have learned the lesson better and better, that we must look to science. We must look to raw data. We must look to actual results. We must look to the scientific method for the answers that we are searching for. Climate change is now the primordial problem of not only the Philippines, but of the entire world. And again, it has been something that scientists have been warning us about for decades, except we chose not to listen. We are listening now. And that's why we look again on this very important aspect, because climate change, as you well know, affects every single part of governance. In this day and age, everything that we discuss, everything that we plan, we have to take into account climate change. And that is something that I believe is the same situation for everyone else around the world. Of course, there are specific conditions that affect the Philippines, but again, we look to our scientists, we look to science to provide us the answers for the mitigation and the adaptation that we have to undergo if we are going to flourish and do better in the future. It is commendable to see that we not only encourage the culture of science and technology research among local academic institutions, national government agencies, and the private sector, but also fostering a culture of collaboration and cooperation among the different sectors of society. As we take advantage of the many opportunities available to us under what is becoming the new normal, it is important to highlight the critical role of the DOST with the help of the participating Balik scientists to address the perennial issues in the country through research and development initiatives. You must continue to strengthen the implementation of the Balik Scientist Program and find ways to provide more incentives to encourage more Filipino scientists to come back to the country and share their expertise. How many times have we gone abroad and have we gone to see a success story in a private sector or in government? And when it is being explained and we are being briefed about that success story, how many times have we found that at the core was a group of Filipinos working hard, waiting, hoping that they be given the opportunity to do that work here in the Philippines? That is what we need to provide to them. We need to provide to them the incentives. Ang Pilipino naman gusto niyang umuwi. Ang Pilipino hanggat maaari, kung maaari ay nais nila na makapagtrabaho dito at makapiling ang kanilang pamilya, ang kanilang pinanggalingan. Ang hinihingi lang naman ng ating mga scientists ay mabigyan sila ng suporta in terms of equipment, in terms of facilities, in terms of funding. And that is again what the Balik Scientist Program is all about. It's my hope that you will sustain and augment the short, medium, and long-term benefits for our Balik scientists and their families provided for under the law and beyond. These benefits do include allowances, education assistance for their minor children, participation in grants and aid projects, amongst many others. And perhaps we will take even more initiatives, because in this technological world, once again, we look to our scientists, we look to science to solve our problems, to show us the way to the future. I also urge the DOST to develop many more initiatives that will inspire our young people to pursue scientific and technological courses. It is unfortunate that the Philippines, when we are graded amongst other countries, we do not do very well at all, especially when it comes to yung STEM courses na tinatawag. Let us turn that around, and the Balik Scientist program will have a very important part to play, because we can always present to our young people, our young students, look at this Filipino who has made a name for themselves and who has done a lot of good work, and his or her good work has helped very, very many people. You can do this too. Kaya't mag-aral kayo ng science, ng technology, ng engineering, ng mathematics. At that will be that role that they will play as a model for our young people is not an unimportant factor. So let us also encourage our young people by showing them what a career in science, research and development, in what the work that is being done by our Balik scientists, and to motivate them and to inspire them and to explain to them that you can do this too. I urge you to fully support all the research projects and the inventions that our Balik scientists bring. Let this platform, as well as other programs, inspire the younger generation of Filipino scientists to dedicate their talent, their knowledge, and energy for the nation. You may always be assured that I and my administration will extend all support in making science and innovation an instrument of progress and prosperity for the Filipino. I suppose you will be able to... I suppose with the words that I am saying, you will be able to detect that I am a frustrated scientist. All my scholastic career was spent in science, and it was only towards the end that it was explained to me by my father that yung mahirap yung science, hindi ka yayaman diyan. Boy, if he were alive now, I would like to introduce him. I would like to introduce him to Elon Musk. I'd like to introduce him to Bezos. I'd like to introduce him to Microsoft, to Apple. And so that is why I feel very strongly about it. And I know the advantages that science can bring, and that the training in the technical training that our students can receive, and the advantages they will bring to themselves and also to our transforming economy. I encourage everyone here present to continue searching for more avenues to work with one another in employing science and innovation for the benefit of our people. We can no longer do what we used to do. The pandemic changed everything. And that is why we must innovate. And that, again, is where science comes in. I am not talking about just the physical sciences, now include the social sciences, which have become part of the changes that we have had to face. After all, even if we belong to different fields, we perform different tasks. We share a unified goal of achieving a brighter and more progressive Philippines for us all. Maraming salamat sa inyo at ipagpatuloy po natin ang ating Balik Scientist Program. Mabuhay po kayong lahat at magandang maga po.
Thank you, Mr. President. Enlightening and empowering that was. Once again, everyone, a big round of applause to our President. At this point, may we request the President and the stage party to enact the event's tagline, Balik Puso, Balik Pilipinas, Balik Scientist. Mr. President and the stage party, you may follow our lead in front. Ready? Balik Puso, Balik Pilipinas, Balik Scientist. Thank you, Mr. President, and the rest of the stage party. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity in 5 batches. Batch 1 will be our DOST government officials. You may now proceed on stage. Batch 2, please prepare. Thank you, Batch 1. Batch 2, our Balik scientists for agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. Please proceed on stage. Batch 3, please prepare. Thank you, Batch 2. Batch 3, our Balik scientists for health. You may now proceed on stage. Batch 4, please prepare. Thank you, Batch 3. Now let's proceed to Batch 4, our Balik scientists for industry, energy, and emerging technology. You may now proceed on stage. Batch 5, please prepare. you, Batch 4. Let's proceed to Batch 5, our Balik Scientist Program Secretariat. You may now proceed on stage. Thank you so much, Batch 5, and thank you, Mr. President.
Doon din doon. Sa prosekto na rin.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. That concludes our program. Thank you, Mr. President, for joining the 8th Annual Balik Scientist Program Convention. Congratulations to the Department of Science and Technology. We would like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the venue. Thank you.